Hey, what's up everybody? This is Tim from Arm Wrestling Secrets, and in this video I wanted to talk about why I like kettlebells better than dumbbells for biceps, okay? So let's look at the weight distribution of a kettlebell as opposed to a dumbbell. I have a whole selection here, and we're gonna be using those in my next video for my personal biceps routine. But let's take a look at the kettlebell, and I'll tell you why I like it a lot more for working the bicep, especially for arm wrestling, as opposed to dumbbells. Okay, so let's look at a kettlebell, and then we'll look at a dumbbell, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you my thoughts on it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so kettlebells. I work out with kettlebells, and I work my biceps with kettlebells almost 100% now. Okay, and I don't use dumbbells for my biceps. Okay, unless I don't have any kettlebells around. Okay, so this is a 35-pound kettlebell. Okay. It's 16 kilos, okay, for you guys working in kilos. Okay, so look at the weight distribution on the kettlebell. All the weight is underneath the handle. All the weight's underneath the handle, okay? So when I go to lift it, all the weight is going straight down right through my hand. So this is really working my bicep, just holding this up, okay? And it's got a much thicker handle on it, okay? Remember, we've been using the grips in some of the exercises to make the dumbbell grips thicker for your hands. A lot of kettlebells you can get are actually gonna have a much thicker grip anyway. So I can't even really put the grippers on here and still get my hand in here. So I just use these as they are. Okay, now let's look at the dumbbell, and we'll look at the weight distribution there. So as I said, kettlebell, all the weight is distributed under your hand. So when you're curling it, the weight is directly down on your hand. When someone's arm wrestling you and they have their hand, they're basically pressing your hand directly down. Very similar force when you have a kettlebell, and you'll see what I mean if you try it. Okay, now let's take a look at the dumbbell. Okay, so here we have this is actually a 40-pound. I tried to grab a 35-pounder. Somebody was using that one. So I got a 40-pound dumbbell here. Okay, so this is a 40-pound dumbbell. Okay, so you can see the difference here. Okay, the weight is distributed out to the sides. It's not right underneath. Okay, so the weight, it feels a little bit easier already just holding it out here, okay? But when I go to do exercises for arm wrestling, the feel is quite a bit different throughout the whole range of motion. Okay, so this is what I mean. Okay, so you go to do a dumbbell curl with a dumbbell, okay? Like this, okay, you're curling down. It gets easier the second you get past this point. Easier, okay? You take the kettlebell, same exercise, okay? And you're gonna curl it down. And then it's really difficult throughout the entire range of motion. The weight distribution doesn't start to come up. The leverage stays pretty poor for your biceps. So the weight stays under your hand throughout the entire range of motion, okay? So when you're using the dumbbell, the weight's kind of traveling up with your hand. When you're using the kettlebell, the weight is always distributed underneath your hand, okay? And it makes a big difference for your bicep development for arm wrestling. So